Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the What's Next on Marlon Tapales, the former two-division world champion, former unified super bantamweight champion, following a tough knockout loss to Naoya Inoue as Tapales tried to become the undisputed champion at 122 pounds on December 26th. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So and guys, again, the 2023 top 10s are coming. I got everything set up. I was sick last week, so again, I apologize, but everything is coming this week. I'm going to start posting the top 10s. I already got one division down. I'm going to continue doing the videos through the week and continue posting them all the way through next week, so be prepared. But we look at Inoue, at Tapales here, following this loss. You know, nobody was expecting him to win, really. He's still a competitor, and now, you know, he kind of is viewed as he can be viewed as a gatekeeper type, a former champ that's been there, done that people will want to try to, you know, bounce off of to push themselves up higher and, you know, get bigger fights. And Tapales will play that role happily if he continues his career. Marlon is 31, so I still think he's got some juice left in the tank. I think he'll be back. The big question is, what's next for Marlon Tapales? Well, let's run through the top 10 and see. We start with a rematch with Naoya Inoue for the undisputed title. That's not going to happen. Inoue dominated him. No reason for a rematch. And Inoue has his sights set on all his mandatories, so not going to happen. Then you got former unified champion Stephen Fulton Jr. Also got knocked out against Inoue this year. But Fulton, I believe, has his sights set on moving up to 122 and fighting, 126 and fighting for championships there. Tapales, coming off the loss, is a solid name, but I don't think either fighter would be interested in fighting each other next, so I'm not seeing it. Then you got Luis Nery, the former two-division champion. Nery, I don't think it's possible because Nery pretty much has the showdown with Naoya Inoue locked up. He's the WBC mandatory challenger. He's next in line for Inoue. I think it's going to be Nery for sure. That's what I'm predicting. So Nery and Tapales not happening next. Then there's a rematch with Murajan Akhmadaliev, the former unified champion. He defeated Akhmadaliev impressively by a 12-round split decision earlier in the year in a fight that I thought he deserved the decision in. So I didn't think there was any controversy there. I'd love to see a rematch, though. Akhmadaliev is going to have to wait around for the showdown with Inoue anyways. So why not Tapales, you know, tell Akhmadaliev, let's do this. I think Akhmadaliev, this might be the one guy he might risk his mandatory status for, to leave no doubt that he's the better man in this matchup. So, but Tapales has got to want that. Because of him getting knocked out by Inoue the way he did, I think he might avoid this rematch right here. But then again, I wouldn't hold it past him if he went for it. So we'll see. But I'm leaning towards the less likely that it will go down. Then you got Azat Hovhannissian, the former world champion at 122. I'm not seeing Hovhannissian and Tapales. I think Hovhannissian would be down to have the fight. I don't think Tapales would want to come back against a guy with the style of Hovhannissian. Then there's undefeated #1 contender Sam Goodman. Goodman might test, because Goodman's like basically the third option for Inoue this year, and he still might not get even that third fight. It really depends on if the IBF and the WBO are going to mandate Goodman. So if I'm Goodman, while I'm waiting around all year, why not put in for a fight with Tapales? I think Goodman would be the favorite to win that fight. And if he wins that fight, then I think Inoue would look at him and be like, okay, I'll fight this guy next instead of whoever else I was thinking. And he'll lock down that position to get in the ring with Naoya Inoue. So that's my opinion. That's what I think he should do. Do I think that's going to happen? You know, I would lean towards the less likely, just because once guys have their shots lined up, I think they'd rather just stay busy against tune-up bouts, because so many times before guys have overlooked a solid ass opponent like Tapales and lost their mandatory status. So less likely, but I would hope that that would be an option for Tapales and Goodman. Rais Aleem, I don't think Tapales would take a fight with Aleem. Not sure Aleem would want that fight either, but I think he'd be more willing than Tapales. Kind of a bad matchup. I don't see it. Liam Davies, the undefeated British contender. This one's interesting because I think Davies would be down to fight a former champion like Tapales next. And I think Tapales would, again, this is a perfect role for him to get right back in the mix if he can beat an undefeated up-and-comer like Davies. So I do think that this one could be a potential next fight for Marlon Tapales. And then finally, Inoue Baluta, the always dangerous contender. I don't think Tapales would take a fight with Baluta because Baluta is built to make you look bad and to pull off the upset. So for Tapales, what does he do next? I think there's a bunch of options on the table. I think John Riel Casimero might be an option just because the winner, well, at least if it's Casimero, might be able to demand that fight with Inoue at the end of the year. But I think Tapales kind of can throw that monkey wrench into a lot of guys. MJ, Sam Goodman, guys like that. But all in all, Tapales, I think he's going to take the first half of the year off and then maybe return in the second half of the year. Maybe it's against the top 10 guy as he tries to jump back into the mix. But I think more so it might be a stay busy tune-up guy or a guy that he knows he's for sure to beat, but also is ranked in the IBF top 15, and he can go in there and win that fight and get right back on track moving towards a world title. But we'll see. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on the former unified super bantamweight champ, former 2-division champion, Marlon Tapales of the Philippines, following his 10th round knockout loss to Naoya Inoue as he lost the IBF and WBA super bantamweight championship of the world on December 26th. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.